28 steel companies, including Tata Steel and JSW, are under investigation for price fixing and cartelization. If found guilty, penalties could reach 10% of their revenue or three times their profit. Welcome to day 12 of 100 Days of Sector Snippets. To understand why this might have happened, we need to talk about China. China is the world's largest steel producer, making 10 times more than India. For years, China consumed most of its steel domestically. But after the real estate crisis, they had to start looking elsewhere. India, with its infrastructure boom, became their perfect destination. Chinese steel started flooding in at prices way below than what Indian companies could offer. So, in response, the Indian government imposed anti dumping duties to protect our domestic producers. But even with those duties, Chinese steel remained 8 to 10% cheaper than Indian steel. Indian steelmakers were still getting squeezed. And that's when prices in the steel market started moving up suspiciously. In 2021, the steel prices jumped 55% in just 6 months. And that's when the builders complained. When investigation was done, some WhatsApp messages between industry groups and coordinated price hikes were detected that could not be explained by normal market forces. Even the Union Minister Nitin Gadkari publicly called out steel cartelization. Now, here's why collusion is very much tempting in the steel sector. It has massive fixed costs and the plants cannot be shut down easily. It is a commodity with no differentiation. And most importantly, just three players control 40% of the market. Add global price pressure from China and you see why companies might coordinate. Not to justify it, but to understand the economics. And this isn't the first time either. In 2016, 11 cement companies paid 6,300 crores in penalties for a similar cartelization. The steel verdict is still pending, but it shows how global overcapacity can push even giants to the edge of what's legal.